Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. We are talking sports romance today, and I don't think I would call myself the biggest sports girl by any means, but when you involve a little romance, now you're talking my language. Today for you, I have a mix of basketball, swim, hockey, and I think those are the sports for today. So whether you are just getting into sports romance or romance in general, here are some of my favorites, some of the best. I'm gonna tell you about them, why I love them, and maybe you'll leave us something to add to your TBR. So let's get into the books. We are starting very extremely strong with The Right Move by Liz Tomforde. Now, this is the second book in the Windy City series. The first one, Mile High, I think I did not like. I don't even know if I finished it. But this book and another book that maybe we'll talk about later is just top tier when it comes to a male main character. There are a couple times that I read a book and I'm like, this is an immediate book boyfriend. Ryan Shay is one of those. This is the brother of the female main character from the first book and her best friend, Indy, who is a flight attendant. And it's been a while since I've read this book, so I'm like fiending for a reread. But Ryan is the captain of the basketball team. And then again, Indy is his sister's best friend. She needs a place to stay. She's gonna stay with him, okay? Ryan, because he's the captain, because he's really standoffish, they want him to have this like more friendly personality. What better way to do that than to be in a relationship? So it's like fake dating type, but it's very hard for them to fake it because they're obviously in love with each other. Some things that I really loved about this book was the communication, men's mental health representation, women's health representation. These were just two very beautiful characters, and the communication was top tier. Ryan Shay is an acts of service man, if I've ever read one. And it was very evident through all of his actions throughout the book, the way that he loved Indy. And the epilogue brought me to literal tears. So some tropes that you can expect in this. Again, basketball romance, best friend's brother, forced proximity, fake dating, really good smut, and really good jealousy scenes. Check this one out if you haven't already. I think there's an adaptation of this series in the works. But if you've read this before, let me know what your thoughts are. Is Ryan Shay your favorite from the series? Because maybe in part 2, we'll talk about how Play Along shifted my brain chemistry a bit. Staying in basketball, but in my opinion, getting a little bit more emotionally heavy, is Long Shot by Kennedy Ryan. I will say before you go into this book, read the trigger warnings because it is heavy and you feel the intensity throughout the book. But this is about Iris and August. This is also the first book in a trilogy, but Iris and August meet in a sports bar. They have a really good connection. They hit it off, but they go their separate ways. When they reconnect again, Iris is in a relationship with Caleb. They have a daughter together. Caleb is also a basketball player just like August. And Caleb and August have this like opposing team situation, like I don't like you, you don't like me thing going on. There is a lot of domestic abuse. There's some sexual abuse in this book because Caleb is abusive. But the love story obviously isn't between Caleb and Iris here. It's between August and Iris. So we get to see the ways that August steps up and loves Iris and her daughter. These two definitely found their happy ending. But again, it was a very rough journey to get there. There were some sad tears at a couple of points throughout this story. But I think the ending was well worth it. I will not speak for book 2 in the series, but book 3 is really good and kind of wraps up the trilogy. So this is a good one to start with. Funnily enough, I didn't even start with this when I read this one last, but I would think this is a good one to set up the series and follow sort of the emotional journey of all of these characters. Now we have Always Only You, one of my favorite romances of all time by the one and only, the neurodivergent representation queen, Chloe Liese. This story is about Ren and Frankie. It's a workplace hockey romance. Frankie is the team's social media manager, and it's reverse grumpy sunshine. So Frankie is the grumpy one and Ren is like the happy, bubbly one, but he's been obsessed with Frankie forever. So once he finally gets his foot in the door and makes his move, it is just one of the most beautiful love stories of all time. I say this all of the time, but something about the way that Chloe Liese writes people makes for an amazing romance story, because sometimes authors write good romance, right? Like sometimes you can write an okay character and the plot and the circumstances and the situations can be enough to make the romance be there. But Chloe writes really perfectly imperfect people that make active choices and decisions to be in love, like throughout the entirety of the book. There's nothing like picking up a Chloe Liese book. If you've read something by her, then you would know what I'm talking about. But you pick up a book by her and you just feel it until the very last page. There is spice in here. That's always a plus. I think all of these books have spice in them, but there is spice in here. And the more that I'm talking about each of these, the more that each of them needs to get reread. My queen, Ali Hazelwood, and as always, an obsessed Ali man. The sport cover in this book is swim, if you can't tell by the pool, the hand grasps, the water droplets, and the sprayed pool edges. There's also some steamy art in here. So you don't even have to ask the question of whether there is smut in this book. I do own another copy just because I can't get enough. What makes Ali a favorite author for me is the fact that I feel like I feel her on an intellectual level. I feel her male main characters. If I could build a boyfriend, I would probably be picking characteristics from an Ali man. In this book, we've got swim romance, or maybe not even swim. This is just a pool, a water romance, because it's competitive diver and then a swimmer, and it's a forbidden, steamy college romance. Premise of this book, Scarlett was kind of shy, Lucas was kind of standoffish, but their kinks align and they want to seek them out together. That's the main premise. The backup is that they swim, or they swim and dive, and they're training for the Olympics. They enter into this forbidden relationship, kind of like, okay, we'll sleep together, but we're still going to focus on our sports. We can explore this relationship over here. We can meet our needs, explore our wants, but then still focus on making it to the Olympics. Obviously, there's feelings involved. They fall for each other. They love each other. They be hunching on each other. Another killer epilogue. You could really feel the Ali universe sort of connecting with Adam and Olive and just all the different crossovers that are in here. So if you're a fan and you haven't read this one yet, this should be next on your list. Last sport we'll cover today is baseball romance. So this is No Ordinary Love by Maya Ariel. And this is a PR relationship between a singer and an ex-bad boy pro baseball player. Ella has been married and in this business relationship with Elliot for years. They're both like in the music industry. It's getting to the point where he's cheating on her. Everybody knows. She's just getting fed up with it. So she's at this award show she's co-presenting an award with Miles. They have this moment. Social media kind of picks up on it and runs with it. So she's wanting to get away from Elliot anyway. They take this opportunity to get into a PR relationship. But like always with these PR relationships, the lines start to blur and there is love that comes at the end for these two. This one's fun. You have like the celebrity pop idol element, and then you also have the sports, baseball, romance element of it too. So it's a nice mix of different things you wouldn't expect to put together. All right, guys, there you have it. Sports romances. This was really fun. I want to do this again with more tropes, but maybe even more sports romances, because I'm realizing that I have a lot of these, and this is kind of a subgenre that I appreciate. We didn't even really do a deep dive into hockey romances. Maybe there will be more coming from this in the future. All of the other places that you can find me are conveniently in the description for you. So look down there if you want to find me other places. Make sure that you like the video, comment, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And until the next video, try to figure out your favorite romance subgenre and let me know in the comments. Bye. So, Alexa, snooze.
Okay, snoozing.
This book, hey,